Another question for you, Sarah, how to get all departments working as one and eliminate the service department against the rest of the company mentality? So okay, so everybody hates the service department, and the service department hates everybody.
I know. That's it. That's it.
How do we get everybody to function as a team?
You know what? I think this is a massive area of tension inside of most dealerships. I have had dealership groups of what they have 15, 20 different locations who have literally had me come in and just work with the different departments for them to all simply get along. It's like kindergarten, like around the rug time where we're like, can't we all just be friends? Like that's what we get to sometimes when it's the service department versus everybody
I'm a service
else.
guy. We hate everybody.
Everybody else is trying to ruin the service department's life. So, the thing though, that I think is so important to understand when we understand the tension between service and everybody else is that the complexity of what you're doing inside of a dealership is you are taking 3, if not 4 completely different businesses, putting them under one roof and expecting them to work together like a happy little family singing kumbaya at the end of the day. That's what you're trying to do. And the reality is each of these businesses have to be run differently and require very different employees to be very good at their job. The tension often is the service department, because what it takes to be a good service manager is somebody who says, here's where I'm trying to go. Damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead, come hell or high water. I just got to solve this problem, which is what we need most times from a service manager. The tension comes because in parts, we have people who go, my entire job is inventory integrity and making sure processes are done right. So we've got this service manager who's like, just give me what I need when I need it. And if I didn't get it, it's on you, boo. And then the parts department's like, whoa, 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 what are you talking about? Like, I'm following my processes, inventory integrity. What are you even running your department like? All right. And so there's this tension, like there's this fundamental tension between parts and service that happen. So here's the deal. In the service department, the best thing that you can do if you are a service manager to help with this tension is to look at all of the units the day that they come in to your service department. Within 24 hours, I want all of the units looked at and that communicated not only with the customer, but with the parts department on the parts that you are probably going to need. No, you won't know all the parts, okay, Karen? Like you won't know all the parts, but you'll know 85% of the parts that you're going to need. And we get those over to the parts department so that when we need that last 15%, they say, you know what, no problem, we can get those for you. We're not asking for 100% the time that that unit comes into the shop. It also, you communicate with the customer and it improves the customer experience and your phone's not ringing off the hook going like, so give me a quick update. How soon you thinking to have my unit back? I don't know. I haven't looked at it. Okay. Like that's really what it is. But if you've looked at it, you can say, hey, we brought this in, we looked at it and here is what we're expecting. And that communication, that first communication coming from you puts you at a massive advantage. So then let's talk about service and sales. The tension that happens often between service and sales is that the sales department is really good at making friends and they want to make everyone happy. And we love that for them because that's what it takes to be really good at their job. And so oftentimes the service department will be like, listen, the sales department will be like, listen, service department, this is the most important customer I've had in the last 15 minutes. It is. It's the most important customer I've had in the last 15 minutes. And I promised them for them to get this unit that they could have it by the end of the day. Okay. In the service department, the service manager is dealing with fires, and not that you shouldn't have built-in time to deal with emergencies coming from sales or from A-level customers, because you should, but it throws this grenade in the service department. The service department goes, what do you mean this is your most important customer in the last 15 minutes? 7 minutes ago, you told me it was a different customer sales department. So there's this tension here. So as a service manager, what you can do is build in some emergency time to your day for the sales department. So if they've got a job or something that they have going on in sales that they need to have wrapped up to make a sale happen, you've got that space. If they don't need it, you just continue on with your lovely day and you're just moving on through that. Sales department. Not every customer is the most important customer. All right. So part of your job is communicating realistic expectations with the customer about when they can get their units. And so making sure that we have a plan in place to do that and do that well is critically important in continuing and building these relationships. So when we think about this, we've got our service department who says, all I'm doing here is dealing with fires all day long, and I just need to get it done. We've got our parts department who says, I'm here to focus on inventory integrity and processes.
Right.
And we've got a sales department who's here trying to make people happy and bring in cold, hard cash. Like all three of these are so desperately needed, but it's like taking three incredibly different businesses and saying, congratulations, sing kumbaya, you're all one business together. There's complexity. But each department has things they can do to make sure that they're working with the other departments more effectively.
So in most dealerships, does kumbaya moments happen? Does everybody sing that?
Absolutely. It's typically at the beginning of the day around the coffee
And donuts.
And donuts. Yeah. When we would like to hear impact bridges starting,
Exactly,
but instead we're
exactly,
having
We
coffee.
don't do kumbayas in the shop.
We don't do kumbaya.
At 8 o'clock, we want impact.
That's
bridges.
exactly right.